In the small, quiet town of Ravenswood, nestled between dense forests and rolling hills, there was a sinister secret that whispered through the shadows of its past. Two women, best friends since childhood, unknowingly stumbled upon this dark tale that would unfold in the most horrifying way imaginable. Emma and Olivia, both in their mid-20s, decided to spend a weekend at Olivia's family cabin on the outskirts of Ravenswood. The rustic cabin stood alone, surrounded by towering pines and the haunting silence of the wilderness. As they arrived, the air seemed to thicken, creating an eerie atmosphere that neither of them could quite put their finger on. The cabin was quaint, filled with the nostalgic scent of old wood and memories. The two friends unpacked their bags and settled in, anticipating a weekend of laughter, relaxation, and the blissful escape from their busy lives. Little did they know that the tranquility of Ravenswood was merely a facade, concealing a malevolent force that lurked in the shadows. As night descended upon the town, Emma and Olivia decided to explore the nearby woods, guided by the soft glow of the moonlight filtering through the dense canopy above. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, and the silence was punctuated only by the crunching of leaves beneath their feet. Unbeknownst to the two friends, they had entered the territory of the Ravenswood Ripper, a notorious killer who had plagued the town for decades. Legend had it that the Ripper was an embodiment of pure malevolence, striking fear into the hearts of those unfortunate enough to cross his path. As Emma and Olivia ventured deeper into the woods, a sudden chill ran down their spines. They felt the weight of unseen eyes watching them, and the air became charged with an oppressive energy. Unsettled but undeterred, they pressed on, unaware that the Ripper had marked them as his next victims. The woods seemed to close in around them, the trees whispering secrets that sent shivers down their spines. Suddenly, a distant howl echoed through the night, chilling them to the bone. Fear crept into their hearts, but they dismissed it as the product of overactive imaginations fueled by the stories they had heard around town. Little did they know, the Ripper was closing in, his sadistic grin hidden in the shadows. He moved silently, a ghost among the trees, fueled by a malevolent desire that thrived on the terror he instilled in his victims. The two women were oblivious to the impending horror, their laughter echoing through the darkness. As they reached a clearing bathed in moonlight, the atmosphere shifted abruptly. The temperature plummeted, and the once gentle breeze turned into a violent gust. Panic gripped Emma and Olivia as they realized they were not alone in the clearing. A low, guttural growl emanated from the darkness, and the silhouette of a figure emerged. The Ripper, clad in tattered clothing and obscured by the shadows, revealed himself. A sadistic smile played on his lips as he slowly approached, the moonlight glinting off the blade he held with deadly intent. Frozen in terror, Emma and Olivia could only watch as the nightmare unfolded before them. The Ripper's laughter echoed through the clearing, sending chills down their spines. The glint of the blade danced menacingly in the moonlight, a macabre prelude to the horror that awaited them. The Ripper's first strike was swift and brutal, the blade slicing through the air with a sickening sound. Olivia's scream pierced the night as the cold steel met flesh, leaving her paralyzed with shock and agony. Emma, overcome with terror, stumbled backward, unable to comprehend the nightmare unfolding. Before her eyes, the Ripper reveled in the terror that painted their faces, his sadistic pleasure intensifying with every anguished cry. He circled them like a vulture, taunting them with the inevitability of their demise. Emma, fueled by a desperate surge of adrenaline, attempted to flee, but the Ripper's iron grip seized her before she could escape. The woods bore witness to the unspeakable horrors that followed. The Ripper's brutality knew no bounds as he inflicted pain and suffering upon the two friends, his malevolent laughter blending with their agonized screams. The moon, a silent spectator, cast its indifferent gaze upon the unfolding tragedy. As the night wore on, the once vibrant spirits of Emma and Olivia faded into lifeless husks. The Ripper, sated by the grotesque tableau he had created, disappeared into the shadows, leaving behind the echoes of his sadistic laughter. The cabin, now shrouded in darkness, bore witness to the unspeakable tragedy that had befallen the two women who had ventured into the heart of Ravenswood. The following morning, a sense of dread hung heavy in the air as the townsfolk discovered the grisly scene in the woods. The once idyllic town of Ravenswood was now tainted by the blood of innocents, and the legend of the Ravenswood Ripper grew more ominous with each passing day. The deaths of Emma and Olivia served as a chilling reminder that evil could lurk in the most unexpected places. The town mourned the loss of 2 lives extinguished in the cruelest of fashions, forever haunted by the malevolent specter that prowled the shadows of Ravenswood. The once peaceful town now bore the scars of a darkness that refused to be forgotten, casting a perpetual shadow over the hearts of those who dared to remember the gruesome tale of 2 women who fell victim to the Ravenswood Ripper.